Hello, chess fans, and today I wanted to briefly go over an introduction on how to go pro at chess. The first thing I want to tell you is that there are rating points anywhere from, and I don't know what the lowest rated player is, but 0 or 100 or whatever. Uh, it would be very interesting to know who the lowest rated player is. But, there are people who are rated on average anywhere from like 1200 to 1400, and probably out of the 50,000 apparently players, uh 50,000 registered players on chess, on uscf.com, or United States Chess Federation. They are rated around the United States. I'm ranked approximately 3,000, I think, which I'll get into that. I just wanted to briefly share my success at Philadelphia, which was ranked sixth place, which got my rating over the threshold of 1,800. So unfortunately, one of the things was that the prize money ended up getting diluted because of there was an 1805 player that ended up playing, as well as a 1795 player who ended up, a long story short, I ended up getting a little bit of the shaft of the stick with sixth place, unfortunately. So if I could have just got that half point, I would have been able to tie into the second place and been able to make some good money. But unfortunately, I was not able to. And chess is a top-heavy play style, money game if you end up playing for the money. Uh, my first thing that I want to say is to go over my success as a chess player. And as we load, I will just say that I've been playing chess for approximately 15 years now, I believe. But on the tournament history, I believe I've been playing since 2006, 2005. So 15 years. And I recently, after 10 years, came back to the chess scene uh, with a situation that now has happened last year. Uh, I ended up coming back, and the situation now, of course, has made me become inactive for over the board. But I got my rating up to 1861. Over the last 10 years, I have been playing chess off and on and studying more recently. And this is my success as far as I came from a 13-16 provisional player, which provisional means that you have under 30 games in your belt. Each tournament that you play, you will have, let's see, okay, my established rating was right around here at the 1340 mark. And I was able to, my blitz rating, oh, that's right, my quick rating. Because in the time controls, some tournaments you end up having a quick rating, or you have a quick rating and a slow rating, the way that the rules work for the tournament. So you can actually look yourself up on uschess.org. And once you become a chess member, you can actually, I think I'm actually expired right now. I need to renew my membership. But I typically, as far as a budget goes for renewing memberships, I only renew memberships once I'm ready to play in a tournament, or ready to play for any type of rating points. Which there are some tournaments out there that are rated that don't have big prize pools, and that's one thing that you should consider if you are worried about rating. There are two routes to go as far as going pro, and that is A, play in your section, and you always want to play in your section while having chess mastery improvement through each. You can see, well, I don't see it says the under section. It doesn't necessarily say under on here, but once I open up these sections, you can actually see what I played in and what was happening for each tournament as far as who won and what results were. But you can actually play for your section, and from your section, once you have a provisional 30 games rated, you then can play in the big money tournaments like Philadelphia or Las Vegas, basically the U.S. Open as well, I believe it is. And these tournaments, of course, are bigger money Grand Prix prizes, grand prizes for first place, second place, and third place. But once you get into the sixth place and the fifth place, you're pretty much making your money back. And these are out of a prize pool of usually about 100 players. So as far as budgeting and everything goes, that can be another video that I can go over as far as everything goes specifically. This is just an introduction. So the first step is, like I said, realize to play for the section, or you can play for the rating. And as far as being able to play for the rating, you can play open sections inside of each of these sections. And for instance, the open section, you will have your chance to potentially play Grandmasters. Let's see, over here, the lowest rated player was 2,000. And this gentleman got a draw, a 1,700 player got a draw. Or it looks like a half point buy. Okay. But as far as like a 1,500 player, got a loss. All these losses. This 1,500 player who played in the open section got his rating knocked down at the World Open. But as you can see, he's going to have games that he played against probably strong masters that we could actually see. Let's see. What's the highest one he has here? 113. 113 was okay, a provisional 2233. So a master level player, I believe, right? Class A 18 to 2000, I believe, expert, and then master, I believe, under 2400. So he might have been a master player. One thing you can notice as we go up in through the ranks, the highest place players are up in the 2800s in the open section, and the minimum, the under 2200 section, is one of those sections that you have a big gap from. You can probably see, looking briefly, I know the print's small, but if you're rated 2200, you're probably going to finish with a 4 to 4.5 as far as on average, which is not too bad for the section goes. Especially potentially, of course, winning against a grandmaster in an opening trap or whatever. It's something that, like I said, playing for the rating, once you get up to 2200, you're stuck, is what I call it. Currently, the way that most of the tournaments are ran. So playing in your section is one thing that I highly recommend once you get that provisional rating. The second thing that I wanted to say is make sure that you are having a study plan. And that I can go over more in detail, which I'm planning on posting up videos with openings that I've been going over in the future. And make sure that you are not just whimsically watching chess on YouTube and other types of videos, of course. And I'm not saying that you can't just watch a professional game here or there. If you enjoy chess, you enjoy chess, and you can be a chess lover. But if you're trying to go pro, this is just an introductory video to show you that there's a lot of things to take into consideration as far as rating goes. A professional chess player, I would say, starts off at probably 2,500. You can see as far as 2,500 goes that there's a big gap of the there's probably a 2,500 that didn't ended up performing a little bit lower. Yeah, 4.5. But that 2,500 player might have had some bad matchups. So from that 2,500 player, the bad matchups might have been, which he ended up gaining rating points from the matchups. He had a win, draw, win, draw, loss. And losses, of course, toward the end, of course, could totally defeat you in your rating points. At 2,500, you're a strong enough player to be able to compete against some of the top players. But to notice, as far as from 5.0, a 7.5 took down top first place, which was tied. So by Grandmaster Liam and I believe Liam Kang, I believe, and I believe he's a Grandmaster as well, Jeffrey Zong. And these players, of course, like I said, are playing at the top of their games, of course, as well as they're managing their draws. Taking a draw in the third round was probably very uncomfortable for Kang, as far as having that half point bye too also probably made him, as far as winning top money, might have been able to, the pressure of having a 5-day tournament, like literally you need that time off or that day off or whatever, half day off, in order to come back strong. You know what I mean? So it is possible that there are like some other tips and tricks I can go over as far as rest, making sure that you're well rested, making sure you're eating right, making sure that you're getting enough exercise. And if you don't exercise, of course, which I'm actually out of shape, you will find yourself potentially dragging on during a game that you shouldn't be and not performing at your top peak. But like I said, first of all, my recommendation, number one, is to play in your section once you get those 30 games, and then work your way up from there. And if you're stuck in a section, study your butt off for a couple of months, get some lessons from some IMs, from FMs, whatever. Actually, for budget-wise, I recommend finding a nice master or a FIDE master, just a candidate master, a national master, to be able to teach you some of the basics. If you're under like 1,400, if you're under 1,600, and it could vastly improve your game a lot. So there you go. There you have it. Also, of course, like I said, one of my biggest things, if I might have said it, I don't believe I might have said it actually during this video, but I've said it for a review as far as chess.com goes. The Diamond membership, if you study everything and you go through the lesson plans, including the masteries, which I'm going through now, it'll turn you into a kick butt player. And I'll say this, like literally, you could probably work your way up to 2,000 in no time just by getting on chess.com with the Diamond membership. So register for your USCF membership. Come and put my, let's see, actually, let me go to my ranking. No, I want to go to my ranking and share my ranking. My ranking is, I'm tied out of 3,843 players or 3,843rd in the world or in the United States out of 50,813 players. And I would love to see that 50,813 registered players for professional chess grow to 100,000 by like next year. Not necessarily just out of this video, but potentially, of course, out of the popularity of chess and the ability to go pro. Like literally, there's so much opportunity that can come out of chess that not only is it something that is a sport that I've considered as far as going online. I don't think going online for chess is the future. I think live play is going to be always the crux or the staple of not the crux, but the staple of competitive play, especially with the World Championship. I don't think we're going to play. I think we're always going to play face to face as far as a World Championship goes. The minute that we have an online championship could be 2030, of course, but we'll see what happens. So there you have it. Just a brief introductory on how to go pro at chess. Thanks so much for viewing, and please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts.